Hello everyone, and welcome to this very special video in which we are going to unbox and first attempt to pick the Segal Pickproof. So without further ado, let's try to get in this box, which is usually one of the hardest parts for me. That wasn't a joke, send help. Why her box is so damn strong. Or why is tape so strong, rather. It's one of those open the lip kind of thingy. Okay, well that side went smooth. That's something. We can work with that. Oh, there's a whole ass. Oh. That's interesting. Okay, dude. This box might be the death of me. Give it up. Surrender. Yes. Why are you stuck here now? Here we are. That's step one. Some nice Amazon Prime packaging. Oh, actually, a cute little, what's it called? Kick cylinder in a 3D printed mount for it. Wow, this is cute. I can actually use this for the kick cylinders I have. Why, thank you. Plastic. Damn. I got a 15,000 slightly bent gem, but should still be useful. It's basically a standard hook now. And I don't have many 15,000 Peterson picks. There's a bunch of stuff in here. An American lock. Cheers, dude. I can't wait to put a shim in between these things and see what LPL has been talking about all this time. This feels heavy. This is interesting. A Zeiss Icon cylinder with what I assume must be an old logo, because, well, the text is just printed on there. And it has a little backplate, which I've never seen before on a Euro, or rather half Euro cylinder. So that's cool. Oof. I almost had a mini heart attack because this looks like the type of, what's it called, a rim cylinder? That Segal Pickproof is also comes in. But it's what seems to be a very old Hilco rim cylinder. Honestly, I might just go through these in a later video, because this seems fun. Ilko doesn't want to cooperate right now though, but that should be fine. Who needs a key when you have lock picks, right? Some more packaging. A gem, which is very kind. In 18,000s, very useful profile. And an empty box. I don't know if there's something in here. Seems like it. There we are. Here are the treasures. So starting off with some, wow. This has to be the most American kind of key I've ever seen, apart from quickset keys. But the funny thing is, I've never actually held one, because I'm too European for that. But this, when I think of an American key, I think of this. The Schlage key. And Schlage keyway. So that's cool. Maybe that's for this lock. It does fit and it works. Very cool. And probably more importantly so, we got a set of Segal keys, which I have to admit look very unconspicuous when you look at them. You know, they look pretty normal, just a normal kind of Yale-ish keyway. So that must mean that inside here is the real treasure of the bunch. The Segal Pickproof. Which I have wanted ever since I knew it existed. From that very second. And it looks absolutely beautiful. Oh, we have Switzerland even. Yeah, I'm at a loss for words. I'm just staring at it. Probably wouldn't make for very good content, but hey. Here we are, right? I have a right to stare at my lock, eh? Yeah, this is beautiful. The Segal Pickproof. I believe more than 80 years old lock. And one of the most high security cylinders ever made. That they had to stop producing because of the name itself, Pickproof. Wow. Okay. So let's put these locks aside for now. And let's talk about this guy. So, the Segal Pickproof has a moving sleeve inside that we have to be very careful with. And they have gin security pins. And I happen to be very proficient at gin security pins in all sorts of locks, which is also why I was very interested in this lock. Because it was probably the only lock I didn't have which has gin security pins. Except because the sleeve is not stationary, but mobile, you have to pick it way differently. So, let's do a first picking attempt, shall we? We're gonna mount this in a vise. while I take a few more seconds to stare at it, if you don't mind. Okay, that's enough. So, now you all get to see a process which you usually don't get to see. While we put this aside, let's put the key somewhere around here, which is figuring out what kind of tension setup and hooks we're going to use. So for me personally, I just bust out the Peterson number, I believe this is the 4. Yeah, the Peterson 4 and 18,000s, I check. That should work. Heck, it might even fit a number 5. Maybe? Nah, the wording kind of makes that difficult. So let's get something thinner, like a 15,000s SS diff. Yeah, this should be good for high lifts. So let's start with that then, shall we? These 2 picks. And then for this lock you need very fine tension control, which means we're going to need 2 tensioners. And my smallest one already doesn't fit, that's great. Let's get this one in the smallest size. Also to no prevail. How does one tension this lock? We can tension it clockwise like that. And we can kind of float pick like that. But it's not what I would call ideal. Since you are obscuring more of the keyway. If only this would actually fit. That would make life so much easier. Should be something in there that works, right? I don't think we have much of a choice. This will probably be the setup that I'm gonna use. And the keyway is tight. More so than I expected. Let's put that aside. This one escaped. Nice space bar. And let's see. Because this lock has gin security drivers first and foremost, I'm gonna try to pick it like normal gins. So what I'm gonna do is pick the pins until all of the gin heads are into the countermilling provided by the mobile sleeve. So one's not binding, two is loose, three is not binding, four is loose, click out of that one, 5, 4, 3 binding, click out of 3, I'm not sure if 1 is binding, so let's check the rest first. 2 and 3 are loose, 4 is binding. Okay, and there's the false set. So I believe that 1, as you can see, is a very low cut, and I barely had to touch it, or I didn't touch it at all, I don't remember. So I think it might already be in the countermilling, or it might already be set. It might be a 0 lift pin, I'm not sure. So all of the pins feel springy now. Let's check that. Yeah. So they feel stuck. They're definitely just stuck against something. Which means we're gonna have to manually counter rotate them out of the countermilling. What is this false set? Just look at this. What is that? Guys, I did it. I picked it. That's crazy. What even is this? I feel like pin 1's just not binding. I mean, it is binding very heavily. which probably means it is in the sleeve. Let's try to get pin out, shall we? So while applying manual counter rotation, I'm bumping my pick up and down so that when the pin can lift the shear, it will, and it doesn't get caught on the sleeve itself, which would happen if you apply constant pressure. I already hear a pin drop, and I set pin 1 now, and we have a very slight false set again. But as you could hear, the pin did drop. Okay. So the mobile sleeve causes the pins to drop when you counter rotate manually, and basically you pick it like a normal gin lock. But there is a method where you, while entering the false set, only enter it very slightly, which in theory, and I've also seen it in practice, should counter the mobile sleeve. So I'm gonna need 2 tensioners then, because I need to catch the false set while it's still very shallow. Okay, I believe I just got a click out of 1, which means that pin 1 also should get stuck in the counter milling. So that's 1. That's 2. That's 4. And I can't get free for some reason. Okay, so I entered a very slight false set now. So I'm in a very slight false set, and I'm manually counter rotating, and that was already too far. Honestly, this video has gone on long enough. Thank you very much, Asa Fanboy, for sending me this and for all the other logs. I'm gonna have to continue this video in a separate video, really. Because otherwise this video is going to be way too long. So thank you all for watching, and see you next video. Bye bye.